Okay guys, hello, this is trading recap, whatever. It's crazy because I already made my video for today, but I have to remake it because I had one trade and it was Tesla, and as soon as I finished the video and I was about to call it a day because I broke even on Tesla, I wasn't going to trade anymore, but then I saw this. I came back to the stocks and I came to my list. And I started going through my list just to see if there's any trades, any setups that look nice, just seeing. And then I saw Netflix, and Netflix has been coming up all day. So I was like, so I mean, it's had a great day. It's been a little extended, so I saw that it broke all the EMAs. I saw it did it right here, and when I started watching, it was I literally came and I looked at it, and it was right here, and I was like, okay, I mean, that's something. So when it came back up on this candle, I got in right there, and this just made my day, really. I gotta go to work soon, so I'm gonna try and make this quick. But I saw it, came back and tested. I got in. That was a perfect entry. I couldn't have asked for a better entry, really. I got in at 200 shares, and then I paid myself very quickly, half of it, because I wasn't certain about anything that was happening. You know, it's a strong stock, and I didn't know if it was going to keep going, so I paid myself right here on this resistance line. As you can see, I paid myself right there, half. And then I was going to watch for the next one down, and I was going to, I said that word, next one down. But, on the next one down, I paid that, and I had won the trade, and I was like, okay, cool, that's nice, that's a good trade. And then it gave me a really nice spot to add, and I was like, okay, this is so much, or this is a lot. Thank you very much, Netflix gods. This candle right here, it tapped a 9 EMA, and it got hammered down a little bit, so I was thinking, okay, I'm just gonna add right here. That's a good place to add it. I mean, normal trade, that's a good place to add. So it came back up, tested the 20 EMA, and it came, and then it washed, and I wasn't gonna pay myself, and I followed my plan perfectly because I was looking at these previous support lines, and I wasn't gonna pay myself unless it came down to the 15 area. Which is right here because of this whole shindig right here. This whole, how it came down and it tapped right here and it came back up, and that's what I was eyeing. That's what I wanted to pay myself at. And it worked perfectly. It couldn't have worked better. It came down exactly to it. It rode the EMAs, and then it washed perfectly to where I wanted to pay myself. So I grabbed that. Could have added more right here, but I was already, I didn't want to add anymore. I already added once. I didn't want to add again, and I paid myself. I had about 50 shares left after this pit where I paid myself, and then I was eyeing. The next spot I was eyeing was to pay myself was where I actually paid myself, was at the bottom of this, where this wick came right here, and then it bounced off that resistance, the support right there, and then so I wanted to pay myself there, and I did. It washed, and then I had my thing set right there, so it took my money, and then the craziest thing, it just kept going. So I mean, I'm not complaining, because I mean, of course, if I didn't have it set, it would have just kept going, but I had my plan, and I stuck to my plan, and I'm not going to complain about it, because that's how I like to trade. That's what worked for me. So it came down and it just kept washing, and like I would have paid myself at VWAP. That was my next target. It was VWAP, but I was thinking, I mean, this is washing so hard, and then it just blew right through VWAP, and I was like, I wonder how far this could go. And just on that fact, I went back to see if there was any more lines of resistance or support that I could pay myself on. And now looking at it, I guess that is a somewhat telltale of one that I could pay myself right here, but I had 25 shares left, and I wanted to see, like, I mean, I didn't really care. The only way I was going to pay myself if it were to come down to this line right here, where it kind of made this little double top thing right here. That's where I was going to pay myself next. If it came down to there, didn't come down to there. It got bought up really high, all the way up, all the way back up to where I bought it. And I wasn't gonna. I wasn't gonna exit either. I'm still in 25 shares. I still have 25 shares in, and I'm just letting that run to see what happens and see what goes. I mean, if it comes down to VWAP, I might just go all out, depending on how it looks at the time. But for the time being, I got 25 shares left, and I'm just going to see how this plays out. And then the other trade that I already made the video for, which I'll just go back over again, was Tesla. I already made a video on it, but I can't upload that now because I took another trade, so I'm just going to go over this again. Which I don't really want to, but so Tesla, I followed this trend through the day. Tesla likes Head and Shoulders. That's something I have written down in my room, right here next to my computer. Head and Shoulders. Tesla likes Head and Shoulders, and if it breaks the EMAs on a Head and Shoulders, I enter. So that's exactly what I did. I kind of a little bit of fakey, a little bit of a fake out, because if you look, it made this shoulder, head, and what seemed to be the next shoulder. So I had my thing set, I had my limit sell set down here just in case I wanted to plummet, because that's another thing Tesla likes to do, is just take off without me. So I had it set just in case I wanted to take off, and then of course it came down right to where I had it set, took my money, and then kind of just wanted to make its next shoulder. And I noticed on the 2-minute chart it was a lot clearer that this was going to be another shoulder. That's what it was doing, and it's right after 12, so it's taking its time. And I was hoping that it would come make this shoulder, and then I wasn't going to add. I didn't want to add. This is my only other trade, and it was my first trade of the day. I didn't want to add, so I was hoping it would come down to test. I wanted to pay myself on the trend line of the day, the ultimate trend line, and it took a long time, so that kind of cut my profits. I was hoping it would just wash on a shoulder, like right here, and come test this trend line, and that took about. I mean, if it were to do that, and I could pay myself right here, that would have been an extra $20. But it took its time, and it kind of just slowly met down to the trend line. So I paid myself there, and that was a little over half. I had 100 shares in right there, and then I took 65 on this one where it met the trend line. And I was going to enter. I was going to add if it broke and held the trend line. That was the plan I had, but it broke and it didn't hold at all. It just got bought back up. So I still had an entry, and I wasn't gonna exit the rest of my trade unless it broke this top trend line right here, signaling that it was going to be bullish, like a bullish flag. So it kind of just kept coming back and down, kept testing both trends, and it broke the trend line again. I should have. I could have entered there, but I could have added to the position more, but it was very quick. That's the thing about Tesla. It breaks, and a lot of the times it just seems like when I'm watching it, it'll break and then just go very fast. So like you don't have that confirmation candle a lot of the times, like you do with other cult stocks, big stocks. So I didn't get that confirmation candle from it, so I didn't want to add. And I didn't want to pay myself unless it got down to this line right here, and it never got down to that line. I probably should have paid myself on this support line right here, but maybe a little bit of greed kicked in. I don't know. This is just where I wanted to pay myself. This was my target, but it never got down there. So I drew this trend line right here, and it never broke. I was hoping it would break and then come down, and I could pay myself like right here. And and then have minimal shares to go down to VWAP and just take my money at VWAP. But that never happened, so it ended up breaking the trend, and I got all out. And now, looking at it right now, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's kind of just like a smack in the face. It worked a lot better the second time around. That kind of looks like a Head and Shoulders there too. See, Tesla just loves Head and Shoulders. This right here, it looks like a shoulder, a head a little bit. This is kind of ugly one, and then another shoulder, and then even with that, all that, there's still not that solid entry point because it just washes. It doesn't break and kind of give you that little candle where it's like, okay, I'm good to go. You can enter. It kind of just goes. It just plummets. And then whoever was in it on that, they could have ridden it, and then they got that next plummet down to the close. And so I pretty much broke even on Tesla. On paper trading I made $17, but I did the math. I'm starting to do that. I'm doing math now preparing for the TEF's account from when I trade with $80,000. For the math, I would have made $2 with this Tesla trade, and then with the Netflix trade, I would have made about 100 actually. Even with all these trades, I still would have made about 100. I did the math, and it only cost about 40. I think it was 30 or 40. I can't remember. Even though I can't remember because I did the math with the Tesla one too. That's why I can't. It was either 30 something or 40 something. Yeah, I don't like that. It's made a higher low. I might as well just get out because I got to go to work soon. So I'm just gonna take my profits. So yeah, Netflix saved my ass for today. I was pretty much done, and then I saw the setup, and I like this setup too, where it's an afternoon setup where it's up like, I don't know. I don't have it on the percentage, but it's here. How much percentage was it up today? I'm not a professional with this stuff. Yeah. Nope, don't know. It's not. Yeah, I can't figure it out. But it's up, it's up a lot. And if I had to guess percentage, it'd be pretty high. So once it looked like it was rolling over. So, that's a good buy. I think that's a good entry. Almost a perfect entry, and I don't hate myself for sticking to my plan and paying myself on these support lines. I think those are good times to pay yourself, and then that ad is also a good place to add too, because it came up and tested the EMA, and it just happened to test the next one too. But a safe entry point was the first test, and then and then it plummeted, and it came down exactly where I wanted to pay myself again, which was right here from this support line. And then my next target was a little bit close to that one was the bottom part of this, because right here the wick touches where this kind of meets. Anyways, I paid myself there, and then my next target, like I said, would have been around here, because I only had 25 shares left, but didn't get there. Anyways, I still won the trade, and it looks like it wants to break this 50 EMA now and kind of work its way back up. But I gotta go to work soon, and so yeah, I think I'm up 100 something today. Let's see, 163, and the -6 and -29. Those are just investments. It's like practicing. I think I'm in Baba for an investment, and Boeing, which I am. So yeah, I ignored those because in the long term, I have no doubt that Baba and Boeing are gonna just be up from where it is now in the next couple of months. So even though I'm gonna, this is kind of stupid. I don't know why I did that, because I'm gonna make a new practice account for next month. So everything that I'm making right now on this practice account is just gonna be obsolete soon. So, because I'm gonna, every month until I start the 80K, I'm just gonna practice. And this month I'm at about like 1,700 profit, and then this month was all about pretty much finding consistency and learning setups, my favorite setups, just finding setups I like. And I've only had, despite all my overtraining, I've only had, 2 red days this month? But that's with all this overtrading that's going on, so I doubt that that I really would be any somewhat profitable on the TEF's account. But that's not the point. The whole point of this month was to find consistency in setups that I like, and you know, practice acting, getting good entries, and then next month I'll definitely be working on the concept of not overtrading, and I'll be factoring into my trading the rules of the TEF's account, which is 6 cents per share and $1.25 per entry and exit. So I'll be implementing that. I'm starting to do it recently. I'm kind of starting a little early, so. But next month, that's all I'll be working on this in December, is not overtrading. So I'm going to be factoring in all the positives of this month's work, and I'll be implementing that into next month's work, and I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, this video's probably gotten a little bit long. So yeah. Okay, bye.